This week for my Teachback topic, I'm going to be talking about club drugs and tobacco products. The club drug that I was focusing on is LSD, and I don't really know that much about LSD. What I know about it is that, it makes you hallucinate, and a lot of people who've taken it says that it changes their lives, but I've never been a partaker in LSD, so I would not know if that's true or not, but so with LSD, you can call it a variety of different names. You can call it yellow sunshine, acid, which is the common name for it, or cubes. And the reason why it can be called cubes is it's a liquid, so you put it on a little piece of tissue paper or paper and you just swallow it. So you can absorb it by swallowing it, and it's a liquid, so you can also pour it into other things like alcoholic beverages. So, what I don't know that much, like I said, I know like short-term effects, it distorts your reality, so you don't really know what is right from wrong exactly, or what's real or not real. And long-term effects is just you can trip again within the 48 hours or the week after taking it, and it's an ongoing visual disturbance. So, not the greatest drug to take, but I could see why like people would take it, in the club, because, the flashing lights, loud music, it's just, it'd be definitely an interesting time. I just personally, I think that, I don't think it's an abusive drug. I think people take it just to have fun, and I'm not saying that's a right thing to do, is to take drugs for fun, but I don't, just like reading on the National Institute on Drugs, on drug abuse, I don't see, and, they don't really, say anything that's like so crazy, which, as we've been talking about other drugs like heroin and prescriptions and pills and things like that, that's like scary. That's, that's an issue in our country with drugs. But LSD, like, obviously not a good drug to take because it messes with your brain, but definitely a drug that, it's not as worrisome. So moving on to tobacco products. So as you know, there's no really street names for it or anything, and you could smoke it or you could chew it. Did not know you can snort tobacco products, so that's new. I did not. That surprised me. And then you can obviously vape. So, short-term effects of it is your blood pressure decreasing, your breathing, and your heart rate. So, and the greater risk is obviously cancer, lung cancer, leukemia. You can get ammonia, cataracts, heart disease. So, I never thought, honestly, that tobacco products were a drug. But, researching more into it, and like our activity last week, talking about, what's an addictive drug and what's not. Tobacco, that I learned, it's very addictive, and it should, it is considered a drug because a lot of people are addicted just to the nicotine and how it makes them feel, and it helps them de-stress and things like that. And I'm just surprised because, I would never think that would be considered addictive, but it is, and it harms you in not so great ways, obviously, because you have risk of getting cancer and heart disease. And, I think the older that I get, I realize tobacco is a huge thing as you get older. Like when I was younger, I knew like a couple people who smoked cigarettes, and I've tried nicotine products before. I've smoked hookah, or I tried those like small vape pens, but I personally don't like how it makes me feel later on, like the after effect like matters. I'm a very active person, and when I'm running after, like when I tried hookah, for instance, I just felt it in my lungs, and I felt my breathing not be right, and I don't like that personally. But I can't only imagine people who smoke long term, and it's, it just affects you. And so anyway, for my discussion question this week, I want to know what you think about LSD. Do you think it's, a bigger issue than what I think. When I think personally, I think it's just, people take it for fun. I don't see people become addicted to LSD like they need it. I think it's just people take it to just be like, oh, let's just have fun at this EDM concert. And also my other discussion question about tobacco is, do you really think it's an addictive drug, and do you think it's a problem in our country? And my answer to that is yes. I think it is a problem, and I think as you get older, you realize a lot of people smoke cigarettes and different nicotine products. So thank you, and I hope you can answer my questions this week.